Good morning, everybody. This is Chris Pfluger. I'm your Chief Franchise Development Officer here at We Insure, coming to you live from our Denver studio. And I have the pleasure today of having two folks join me to talk about our National Sales Center. So today we have Erica Ostrander. Hi, Erica. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you, Chris?
Great. And I have Chad Latour. Chad, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, Chris. Good morning.
Great. That's not our whole team, but we had two of our key players joining us here to talk a little bit about the National Sales Center, because I get this question a lot as we handle our national expansion campaign, which now we're in almost 30 states, which is amazing in the last 2 years. We're having these questions a lot of times saying, I understand you have a National Sales Center, and how does that benefit people? What does it do for us? What is it all about? So let's answer those questions. So let's start right now, Erica, with you and just say, what is the National Sales Center for We Insure?
Well, that's a great question, Chris. The National Sales Center is We Insure's corporate insurance agency. So we are actually licensed in all 50 states. The National Sales Center is based out of Jacksonville, but we write all over the country. We also we're the model agency to a degree. So we actually are kind of the first line with insurance carriers as they come in and helping with those appointments that are so imperative to our franchise agents.
And Chad, would you agree that getting carrier access across the nation is pretty imperative?
Very imperative. Yes. Number one priority is to make sure we have, carriers for our agency partners, our franchisees. And to piggyback on Erica's, messaging on the NSC, of course, there's research and development that we do, beta testing new technology as we continue to expand our technology. And building out best practices, to Erica's point, making sure that when a franchisee comes on board, we can assist them with making sure they're following, practices that are going to help them get a good start.
And I think that's a huge benefit. I don't think people realize how important it is. Those 2 points you guys just made is helping other people get up and running and get that best practices in place, because anybody can say, well, I have an insurance license, let's just go do it.
Right.
The number one question I get is, hey, it starts with carrier access. I get that question everywhere. But secondarily, what people do is they come for the carrier access, but they stay for the business model. They stay because we have the expertise in insurance. They stay because we do all of the back end service for them. So there's a lot of benefits to We Insure. But the first question is always, how do we get into those markets, right? So that is how we do it.
Absolutely.
That's a good jumping off point. So if I'm a producer or I'm an agent and I say I may or may not be ready to own my own business, what is the benefit to the National Sales Center to me? So Chad, I'll let you start with that one, because there's a couple programs we have I think is important.
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually have what we call the Associate Agent Program. This allows an agent that may not have the means to get started right out of the gate with having their own franchise location. So there's no initial investment for them, and they get all the benefits of being a We Insure producer. So this is eligible for agency owners, conversion within 24 months. So what that means is you become an associate agent and you build your book of business, and in 24 months, when the timing is right for you, if it's 24 months, maybe it could be a little bit longer, then you are able to get out there and open up your own franchise brick and mortar location. So, and again, this gives you the opportunity to build your book of business without the initial overhead. So Erica,
you mentioned it briefly there. I want to make sure, what is a good candidate for that? I mean, you're out there, if you're a producer, if you're with, you may be just, it might be newer to the business. You might have tried to go with an aggregator and been frustrated. It could be numerous people, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that could be, to your point, a producer that may be working for another large agency and wants to get out there and open up their own business and run their own ship. And, maybe somebody out of college that has a license and wants to get into the business and doesn't have the means to get out there and have their own location yet and wants to learn the business. This is a great program for them.
Can I piggyback off Chad quickly about the associate agents? So we actually, at the National Sales Center, provide training to associate agents. So maybe it's somebody who has an entrepreneurial spirit that hasn't sold insurance products yet. There's still a place for them at the National Sales Center. We even sometimes hire people to work in the National Sales Center as a training ground. So, maybe the associate agent program, there's people who need a paycheck up front. And so we have a path as well for hiring producers, training them in our operating procedures, and then giving them the option to open a franchise as well. So there's pathways for anyone to become a franchise owner if they have the, that spirit of entrepreneurial.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, that is a big deal for us, right? So that's one of those things. It's not just, it's helping folks get into the business, blossom in the business, learn the business, and really take advantage of everything that We Insure has to offer, but giving them that pathway to ownership. So that's fantastic. You mentioned we're in all 50 states. So if you were to hire someone, could they be in Biloxi, Mississippi?
Oh, absolutely. We have people. Most of our producers currently are in Florida, but we actually have people working for We Insure. I think even Idaho. I mean, we are fully remote, and we have the best technology to be able to work remotely and just like we're in the office.
And there's nothing wrong with Idaho. It's not just Idaho. So we're looking at all 50 states, and we're looking to hire people and grow that, the National Sales Center across the U.S. So that's one of the great points. So,
and Chris,
go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to add as well that, maybe you find a year or two into it that owning your own franchise isn't the right thing for you. What I wanted to bring up is with the rapid growth that we're experiencing here and with the Peak 6 InsurTech investment, there's just unlimited opportunity at We Insure. So it's not just, being a producer, you can have opportunities to work in accounting, agency services, customer service. Just again, want to point out that there's just a lot of opportunity here with this company.
Yes, I'm experiencing the same thing. The growth is not short for us. We're definitely looking to add folks and good quality insurance folks across the board in every area. So that's a good point.
Right.
So one thing we didn't bring up is we're talking about the National Sales Center. We're talking about who we want, but what do we offer? So is it just personal lines, or do we offer commercial as well?
We offer all lines of P&C. So we really, we have a commercial department within the National Sales Center. We have very experienced people over there because commercial is a different animal than personal lines. I specialize more on the personal line side personally, but we have both avenues for you. And we are licensed, as I said, in all 50 states. So we're writing commercial across the country. We're working on new appointments all the time on the commercial side of things, and personal line side. And that's where we really come into play, is that we're working in this space on a day-to-day basis. And we have really experienced people to speak to these carrier partners and grow as we need to grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chad, anything you want to add to that? Because I know you've worked on both sides.
I was going to say it. Let's not be shy. So it's actually Matt Ostrander heads up our commercial lines division.
I know that guy.
So yeah, he has 12 years of nothing but commercial lines experience. So he's an expert in that field. He is doing one heck of a job building out our commercial lines expertise. So we're here to support our franchisees. If they have commercial business they need to place, they're not comfortable with it, don't have the experience, they can send that over to us through our commercial referral program that Matt has built. So it's just another great opportunity for agents to capitalize on all the business opportunities they have if they, have a franchise office. So,
well, it sounds like we're very comprehensive. So we're
Yes.
covering the nation. We're looking for experienced folks or people who are looking to get in the industry. So we have a couple different programs available. We're even looking if someone's looking to sell their book and just join We Insure, we're happy to entertain conversations with you as well. So we are growing in every which way in insurance that you can think of. So this is fantastic. My last question, and you guys can split this up, is We Insure, if you're coming in from any angle, is this a good company in your opinion? You both are licensed, you both have done this for a while. Is this a good company to come into? Is We Insure a good situation for you to help grow your business?
Well, I will speak from the experience I've had working on the captive agency side. So I started working in insurance. I won't say what year. And I worked for a large captive insurer in the US, and I had to do everything. I had to write the policy, service the policy, change the mortgage company, take the payments, change the cars, you know, you name it, I had to do it. And every policy was just so much work. And with We Insure, we have a service department. Shelly and her team, I mean, I can't say how amazing they are. They really handle all of that little stuff that takes you away from selling, and they make it easy for you as a producer. All you have to do as a producer is sell policies, and that is, to me, that is just the best thing ever.
You certainly can appreciate that, we service, you sell is one of our taglines, right? So you certainly can appreciate that coming from a captive agency or even outside as an independent when you're having to do everything. Phil Vasali, our founder, used to say that I used to have to change the light bulb, scrub the toilet, take out the trash,
Right.
insurance work too. So in this case, I really am focused on growing that book of business. And that's the key, is servicing your clients, but growing that book of business, finding the right policy for the right person at the right time for that family. So that is what we pride ourselves on. Chad, any parting words for the group?
No, so I never owned my own agency, but I've worked with thousands of agencies throughout my career. And, again, to Erica's point, to be able to do nothing but focus on what you do best and selling insurance and letting the back office and, corporate take care of the rest, it's huge. I mean, you know how expensive it is to employ people these days. If you have everything being handled by a back office and all you're doing is focusing on your business, it's a win-win for you, in my opinion. So
I think one thing we did not mention was part of the National Sales Center is our concierge program. Oh, there it is.
Too funny.
In the concierge program, we have licensed, very technically advanced people who are they're experts with national insurance carriers that we work with. These are big name insurers that you know of, and they're experts at quoting these products. And they actually quote and bind national insurance brands for our agents that, some of these national insurers they're picky about who they're going to work with. And they want to do site visits. It's a huge process to get these appointments. And we have people that will actually quote these products for you, the agent, let you sell the product to your insured, and you get the full commission for that. So we're actually quoting and binding for you, and it looks like you're doing it. So it's a really great service.
Well, I'm glad you rode strong on that, because that is one of those areas that when people hear this, they're like, this is a huge differentiator, right? We're really bringing real value from our National Sales Center to everybody, all of our owners out there. So it's an amazing service.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on Erica, that carrier partners are our bread and butter. We're not in business without them. So this allows us to have a controlled environment by expert producers to make sure we're sending these carrier partners the right kind of business until they're comfortable with giving us a direct appointment for the franchisees. So it's definitely a unique take on what others have done in this space, but I think it definitely gives us an upper hand in this industry.
Fantastic. Well, I have to say, it's been a pleasure having you guys on We Wonder. I think everybody learned a lot about the National Sales Center. I think there's a lot of misconceptions of what a National Sales Center really is, but the value we provide to somebody coming into the business and to our existing owners is really a complete differentiator for We Insure. So we're excited. If you're interested in owning your own business or finding out more about We Insure, please take a look at us. We're really happy to talk to you, and we're growing all 50 states. So we'd love to talk to you. So have a great day, guys. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Take care,
you
guys.
all.